हा अस्तु शुभमध्याह्नः पुनः सर्वे आगतवन्तः 20 छात्राः सन्ति चिन्ता मास्तु अन्ये आगच्छेयुः so we will move forward and we are at the Kavya Katha section. Okay, so continuing the study of the Raghuvamsha Rajas as described. Of course, this is the summary story presented by Samskrit Bharati for Sarala Samskrita Avagamanam. The actual original Kavya Katha of Kalidasa is a huge epic. So this is more a simple summary. So where we were, यदि भवन्तः स्मरणे भवन्तः okay, I'm struggling with the karmani part of it. If you remember, okay, Raghuraja यागान् कर्तुं शत अश्वमेधयागान् कृतवान् तस्य दिलीपः शत अश्वमेधयागान् कृतवान् रघु महाराजः तदानीं सः युवराजः आसीत् रघुः सैनिकानां सह गतवान् अश्वान् रक्षयितुं तदा इन्द्रः आगतवान् एवम् इन्द्रः अश्वं नीतवान् अदृश्यं भूतवान् तदनन्तरं नन्दिन्याः अनुज्ञा नन्दिन्याः वरेण रघुः इन्द्रं दृष्टवान् तदनन्तरं संवादं सञ्जातं किञ्चित् युद्धमपि सञ्जातं तेषां परस्परयुद्धमपि तदनन्तरं इन्द्रः तं वरं दत्तवान् इन्द्रः किं वरं दत्तवान् यागं सम्पूर्णं भवति फलमपि भवति परन्तु अश्वं न ददामि किमर्थम् इत्युक्ते अहमेव इन्द्रः इति पट्टे स्थापितुं मां स्थापितुं शक्नोमि यदि 100 यश्वमेधाः समाप्यन्ते तर्हि मम स्थाने दिलीपः आगच्छेयुः इति किमपि वदति अस्तु इति रघुः अपि स्वीकृत्य यागाः समाप्यन्ते तदनन्तरं किं भवति इदानीं यागानां 100 यागानां समाप्तिरपि अभवत् किमर्थं यागः कृतः अन्तिमकार्यमेव दिलीपः यागान् कृतवान् इतः परं रघुम् एव राज्यभारं रघोः एव राजास्थाने स्थापयित्वा स्वयं वानप्रस्थाश्रमे गन्तव्यम् इति निर्धारं कृतवान् आसीत् किल तद् एव इदानीं सञ्जायते that story so where he is now actually going to go into the Vanaprastha how things proceed is what we are going to learn now. Sorry, my Sanskrit was not so great. I'm also trying to practice how to say these things properly. So let us see if we can read this slowly. I will take one of the volunteers' help here. So let us see. We have Ranjani V.
Namo Namo.
Namaste, Bhagini. Bhagini, can you read for us slowly?
Yeah, I will try.
Yeah, just pause after every sentence so that we can translate as we go.
Yeah. Dileepah Vriddah Sanjatah.
Don't miss the title.
Okay. Kavyakatha Raghu Maharajasya Tyagah.
So the title is about his Tyaga or his sacrifice. Correct. Continue.
Dileepah Vriddah Sanjatah.
Dileepa became an old man. Okay. So Dileepa old he became like that. Okay. Continue.
Saha Bharyaya Saha Vanam Agachat.
Bharyaya. This is Hrisva, this is Dirga. Okay. Saha Bharyaya Saha. So this Saha and this Saha are different. Please remember, of course, mostly you know this. No, I'm not telling for you, madam. You're reading for us. That's correct. For generally for students, I'm telling. Saha is that fellow. that means it is Dilipaha. Bharyaya saha, that is with the wife. This saha is with, along with. So Bharyaya saha vanam agachat. To the forest he went. This is the past tense. Okay, continue, madam.
Vanaprastashramam swikritavan.
So he received his swikara. That means to accept. He accepted. He became the fellow who accepted Vanaprastha. Continue, madam.
Raguhu simhasanam arudavan.
Raguhu simhasanam arudavan. So Dilipasya putraha Raguhu. Dilipah gatavan Vanaprastha tarhi युवराजः रघुः एव इदानीं महाराजः सञ्जातः अतः सः रघुः सिंहासनम् आरूढवान्. Symbolically he climbed the throne, which means he became the king. Slightly before, I forgot to expand this Vanaprastha. What is the construction? I want to explain. Vana prasthavana prasthana is a prastha, is to proceed, something like that, or to stay in. It's more like to stay in form. Okay, stha dhatu. So ashrama. So vana, stha and ashrama, these three stems are there. So this has of course undergone a vriddhi. Instead of vana, it has become vana. That is a vriddhi. Its original word is vana, forest only. So forest staying ashrama. The ashrama, as you know, there are four ashramas. Brahmacharya ashrama, grihastha vanaprastha and sannyasa ashrama. So this is the third phase. Continue, madam, from this tataha.
Tataha saha digvijayam kritavan.
Oh, okay. This now is about Raghu. I was still stuck with Dilipa. So Raghu simhasanam arudhavan kila. So here saha is Raghu. So from thereupon, tataha is from thereupon, like that. After getting into the simhasana. Sorry, the crow is trying to also join me in the class. Okay, saha digvijayam kritavan. So he did a Digvijaya type of exercise. What is this Digvijaya exercise? Basically, with his sainya, with his army, he went around trying to
all the directions.
all the directions, trying to establish his kingdom. Yeah.
Kingdom.
Continue, madam.
Sarvan deshan jitavan.
He won all the countries. Yeah.
Digvijayantaram.
Digvijayanantaram. See, nakara is there.
Okay. Digvijayanantaram Raguhu Vishwajit Yagam Kritavan.
Correct. So after this grand victory, he performed Kritavan. He became the fellow who performed. That is the whole expansion of Kritavan. Digvijaya Yaga. The victory, the directional victory yaga. Digvijay, actually it's not Digvijay, sorry, Vishwajit Yaga. I made a mistake there. Vishwajit Yaga is, Vishwa is the world and Jit is the victory. So world victory yaga, some kind of yaga he did. Okay, next.
Tasmin yage sarvaswayam dakshina bhavati.
Sarvasvam.
Okay.
Dakshina bhavati. Tasmin, in that okay. Yage, in that yagna, sarvasvam, swam sarvam sarvasvam. Everything that is mine. Swam is mine. Sarvam is everything. So sarvasvam is everything that is mine. So everything that is his. In this case, the swam is for Raghu. So sarvasvam dakshina bhavati. Everything that belongs to him becomes a donatable item. Dakshina means a donatable item. Okay, continue.
Raghu Maharajah sarvasya danam kritavan.
So he donated everything.
Tasya koshah nisheshah jatah.
Obviously, his bokkasa, we call in Kannada, kosha is basically where he maintains all his riches. The place where he maintains all his riches, that became nishesha. This is a beautiful construction without any trace of anything, right? Shesha means a remnant. Remnant is a shesha. Nishesha means bereft of remnant. That means emptied. So his bank became empty. Yeah, continue.
Kautasah तपस्वी
Kautsah.
कौत्सः तपस्वी कुमारः.
There is a fellow called Kautsa and he is a Tapasvi Kumara. See, here the Asti is not been put, but that is Asit or Asti. Asit probably, but Asti also can be taken here. So Kautsa was a Tapasvi Kumara, like that. Oh, continue.
सः वर्तनन्तु मुने शिष्यः.
सः वरतन्तु मुनेः शिष्यः. See,
वरतन्तु मुने शिष्यः.
Sanskrit will make make our tongue very sharp. That is very good. Saha Varatantu Munehe Shishyah. So he was the student of a Muni. Munehe is of a Muni called Varatantu. So Varatantu Namaka Munihi Varatantu Munihi Tasya Varatantu Munehe. This is in Shashti Ekavachana. Continue.
सः रघु महाराजस्य समीपं गुरवे दानार्थं धनं प्रष्टुम् आगतवान्.
Correct. So that fellow, that Varatantu Muni Shishya called Kautsa, so Saha is for Kautsa. Raghu Maharajasya, of the Raghu Maharaja, Samipam, nearby, Gurave Dhanartam. Gurave, Swasya Gurave, that means Varatantu Muni is the Guru, right? So for the Guru, Dhanartam, for giving him Guru Dana, Guru Dakshina, for that reason, Dhanam Prashtum, to ask for money. Prashtum is to ask. Dhanam is the karma pada for prashtana karya. So money to ask. Agatavan, he came. Continue, madam.
Raghuhu mrittika patrena adyam dattavan.
Argyam. Gakara. But first there is a repa at the top. And then there is a anuswara bindu. But the anuswara bindu comes last. The repa comes first. So argyam. G, y, But repa comes first. R, g, y, Argyam. So argyam. Dattavan. What is argya? In our ancient practice, and also to some extent little bit today, whenever you give a dana, okay,
oblations,
you actually hand a little bit of holy water from your hand to the receiver's hand also. So that's called argya. So with the dana karya, you are going to give it with this argya process. So mrittika patrena argyam dattavan. But here actually it's not a dana karya, but when a rishi like that comes, when a Kulina comes, the king's duty is to kind of wash his hands and feet. That is also called argya. So he would have washed the hands and feet of this Rishi Kumara in this case, Tapasvi Kumara, with water from a mud pot, obviously. Yes, Raghu has donated everything away, though after great victory. So let us see what happens. Continue.
Tena eva Kautsah Vishayam Nyatavan.
Oh, by this very act, by the fact that he gave the argya instead of from a golden vessel, from a mud vessel, Kautsa understood the reality. Vishaya here becomes like the reality.
Raghuhu Shemam Prishtavan.
So Raghu inquired about his kshema. Kshema means his health and how is everything okay. Kshema is like, his whereabouts. We say in English the closest is he asked about his whereabouts. I mean, is everything okay? Welfare, correct. Inquired about his welfare, correct. Continue, madam.
Agamana Karanam cha aprichat.
The reason for coming, agamana karanam, the reason for coming as a karma pada, aprichat, he asked. Cha, because it is an addition to kshema vichara, he asked.
Kautsaha avadat. Guru dakshina maya dattavyah.
Datavya. So hold on. So Kautsa avadat. Kautsa told Guru dakshina maya datavya. By me, see karmani prayoga. By me, maya, by me, datavya should be given. What should be given? Guru dakshina datavya. The karma pada is in pratama. Dakshina is a strilinga shabda, so dakshina. Guru dakshina datavya. That's why datavya is also in strilinga. See tavyat. Okay, Datavya, Datavyam, Datavya, and Strilinga is chosen because Dakshina is Strilinga. Maya doesn't matter. Maya is actually in Pullinga, it is actually linga-less. You cannot say aham shabda is having any linga, but we know at least the speaker is definitely Kautsa. So, but Datavya is tracking Guru Dakshina because of the Karmani Prayoga. Karma Pada is Guru Dakshina. Who is asking? The Kartru who is talking about this verb is Maya. So by me it should be given the Guru Dakshina. Sorry for stopping and explaining because of Karmani Prayoga. I wanted to explain. Continue.
Tvam idanim nirdanaha.
You now bereft of money. Very straightforward statement. Asti is not there, but it is to be understood. Tvam idanim nirdanaha asti. You are now without money, like that.
Yachanam na yuktam.
Begging is not fair. Oh, continue.
Kalam atikramya aham agatavan.
Kalam atikramya. I mean, here what he's meaning is without understanding the situation is the overall intent, tatparya of this. But the Sanskrit phrase literally translate as exceeding the time. But here, exceeding the time in English sounds like nothing doesn't generate the correct bhava. So the correct bhava is without in an untimely manner. Okay, actually maybe that is more close. In an untimely manner, I came, like that. Okay, continue.
Anyam prachami iti.
Iti. So now the quote is ending. So all the sentences are within his quote of avadat up to iti, right? Anyam prichami. I will ask someone else. The fellow, he is after all a Tapasvi Kumara, so he is not politically savvy. Though he has understood the situation, like it was told earlier, Kautsa Vishayam Gnatavan, but he is so undiplomatic. He kind of puts out all his he's an innocent fellow, so he puts out all his thought process before the king, saying, look, I came for money, but clearly I have come in an inappropriate time. I will ask someone else. Can you imagine you're telling that to a Chakravarti? It's funny. Anyway, continue.
Raguhu gurave kiyat dhanam datavyam.
To the Guru, Gurave, to the Guru, Kiyat Dhanam Datavyam, how much money should be given? Yeah, continue.
Iti prishtavan.
So he asked.
Kautsaha swakatam katitavan.
Swakatham.
Swakatham.
Okay. So Kautsa, his own story. So Katha is a Strilinga Shabda. So in Karma position, it is Katham. Swakatham. Swasya Katham. Swakatham. His story, he told Katitavan. He laid out the story. What is the story? Let us see one by one.
Mama adhyayanam samaptam.
My study is over, became over.
Tataha aham guru dakshina ka iti gurum prishtavan.
Because of that, because it got finished, I Guru Dakshina ka, what is the Guru Dakshina I have to offer you? So I asked the Guru, iti Gurum Prishtavan. Guru Dakshina Strilinga Shabda, that is why ka. We tend to always put kim there. Remember, it has to be pullinga. Kaha should come there if it is a pullinga Shabda. Kim can come when you don't know the answer, and Kim can come when you know it to be Napumsaka Linga also. Okay. So, but here it is clearly Dakshina is Strilinga. So, Guru Dakshina ka iti Prishtavan. Continue.
Guruhu uktavan. Dakshina mastu.
Guru Uktavan, Guru told, Dakshina mastu. No need for any Guru Dakshina. No need for any funds in return for my services. Like that. Now, one point here, again, cultural note, every word here embeds an entire story behind it. Here and there only I know. I wish I knew more. I keep learning, of course. Why it is called Dakshina? You may ask. Dakshina is actually the phrase for south, no? Is actually original meaning of Dakshina is south. Why is the Strilinga form of Dakshina is used to mean offering? Okay, is the question, right? So the story, the cultural story behind this is this. We use the south, okay, as right hand. Okay, why do we call the right hand as Dakshina Hastaha? Okay, Dakshina Hastaha it is called because in our culture, facing the sun in the morning, right? East, facing the sun in the morning, east, our day starts and our prayers are offered. Morning is the most auspicious time, of course. So east is, that is why auspicious, and there is no confusion at all anywhere in the world about the auspiciousness of the east. Okay, fine. So now when you stand facing the east, you saw all your good karyas, karmas, yagas, yagna. The Kartru always faces the east when doing such things. So when he is facing the east, the hand that is to be used is the hand that is pointing to Dakshina Disha. So when east is what he is facing, his right hand is pointing to Dakshina Disha. Okay. So so he does, and it is supposed to be very what you call punya to, or also dharmic, to only do things with your right hand, right? You have to give with your right hand. So if you give with your left hand, that is considered not a good thing. So the offering is always given like this. Okay, from right hand to the receiver's right hand. Okay, so Dakshina. That's why the whole affair itself started being named as Dakshina. Very funny. Continue, madam.
Bhaktya eva aham santushtah iti.
By your devotion, bhakti is also devotion, right? By your devotion, bhaktya, by your devotion. Your is implicit there, bhaktya, by devotion, eva, alone, by your devotion alone, aham santushtaha, I am a fellow who is happy, iti. So,
Aham anurodham kritavan.
I insisted. See, the whole thing has to be translated as insisted. Anurodham means to ask again and again. So I asked again and again, which means I insisted is the translation. Continue.
Guruhu kupitaha.
The guru became angry. So here again, abhavat is the kriyapada we have to assume. Continue.
Chaturdasha koti parimitam suvarnam diyatam iti uktavan.
Poor fellow. This is why we should never make such people angry. So, what will you give? He became so angry. He said, "Give me Chaturdasha Koti Parimitam Suvarnam." Give me gold equivalent to 14 crores, and 14 crores of that era money, not our poor rupee. So give me gold equivalent to 14 crores. Iti Uktavan, he told. I don't know the significance of 14 crores. It's a very interesting number. Nothing will be random. It will be interesting one day to learn about that. Continue. Continue now.
Aham daridraha.
So now Kautsa back in his poor self. I am a total poor fellow. Continue.
Katam anayami. Anayami. How shall I get?
How shall I bring? How shall I bring?
Ataha atra agatavan.
Therefore I came here.
Tvam nirdanaha anyatra gachami iti.
He continues to be so direct. You are moneyless. You are penniless. I will go sell somewhere else, he told. Okay.
Raghurajaha anyatra gamanam mastu.
Going elsewhere, not needed. Let that not be. Let that, may you not go elsewhere. That kind of sense. Mastu means don't need to go, like that. Okay. Ma astu, not be there, like that. That means you are going may not be there elsewhere. Continue.
Yadi aham danam na dadami tarhi mama apavadah bhavishyati.
In case I don't give the money you ask, then my apavadaha, that means my some kind of fate accompli, or what do you call in English, like it will become a taint. Okay, it will become a taint, a word of taint on me. It will become a bad word that sticks to me, that kind of thing. Continue.
Atra eva vasam kuru.
You live here. First of all, he's saying just live here.
Katanchit danam sampadayami iti akathayat.
So somehow I will try to earn that money, and obviously give you is implicit. So he told. Continue, madam.
Anyasmina dine raguhu
One minute. Stand. Yeah. Read the first word again.
Anyasmina. Smin.
No, why are you making nakara na like that?
Okay.
Anyasmin.
Anyasmin.
Halant. Anyasmin. When you see the
Yeah.
halant, when you see that strike, no, halt the akara. So anyasmin like that.
Anyasmin dine Raguhu Kuberat Dhanam Grihitam Prastitavan.
Grahitum. Okay. Good.
Grahitum.
So I know this practice when you sometimes in certain Vedic context the halant is explicitly pronounced the way you try to pronounce. Okay, anyasminam like that. Okay, but that is during certain specific context. Okay, in normal Sanskritam we just kill the akara. That's all. Okay, anyasmin dine raguh kubera dhanam grahitum prasthitavan. So the next day. So obviously we should read the anyasmin as the next day after the day in which this interaction happened. In that day, that is Saptami Ekavachana Dine, Raguhu, the Kartru, Kuberat, from Kubera. So he realized Chaturdasha Koti must be only available with Kubera. Because I have already taken all the money and given away. Nothing is there with our neighbors also. So let me go to Kubera himself, who is supposed to be the repository of all dhana and dhanya in the Swargaloka. So Kubera dhanam grahitum, to receive prasthitavan. He started off. Okay, let's see what happens.
Kintu Tavata Koshe Suvarna Vrishtihi Abhavat.
Oh, deja vu. Very quickly it happened, whatever had to happen. I wish there was a more colorful story with some samvada. But anyway, it would have been nice to hear the samvada between Raghu and Kubera. Kintu, but Tavata, by then, okay? By then, Koshe, in the Kosha, basically in the bank of Raghu Raja, Suvarna Vrishtihi Abhavat. A rain of gold happened. Okay, continue, madam.
Raguhu Suvarnam Kautsaya Dattavan.
So, with no second thought, Raghu gave the gold to Kautsa.
Kautsasya Manoratah Purnah Abhavat.
Kautsasya Manoratah. Kautsa's thought process, basically, okay, became complete. That means whatever is desire. So now Manoratha we should take as a desire. Earlier, Kim Atopaihi Manorataihi, something Manorataihi we got, right? Desire. So that's how we can translate there also better in the Subhashita. So what is the use of mere desires? That's what that Subhashita was saying. So here the same sense of desire. So Kautsasya Manoratah, desire, Purnaha Bhavat, got completed, got satisfied. Obviously, lot of colorful stories. We should not try to take practical thing in this saying. In olden days there used to be gold rain and all that. We should take this in the spirit of the whole story. That's all. Okay. So sometimes we confuse. There is a nice English phrase for this. We confuse something for something. I'll remember that sometime. Okay. Baby for the bath water, something like that. Thank you. Dhanyawada Bhagini. Bahu samyak patitavati. So now all of you hopefully are not in slumber from the bhojana. Hopefully you understood the story. So you'll throw in your answers. Okay. Raguhu kam yagam kritavan. Very good. I can hear the voices are stronger. Raguhu Vishwajit yagam kritavan. Correct. Kautsaha kasya shishyaha. Varatantu munehe. I got many of you got it. Varatantu munehe shishyaha. Athava you can say Kautsasya guruhu Varatantu munihi. But the answer should be in the sense of the question. So Kautsaha Varatantu munehe shishyaha. Shashti ekavachana. Kasya should be corresponding to Varatantu munehe. Muni shabda is a little tough. That's why munehe comes. It's not like Rama shabda. Munihi muni munayaha munim muni munin munina munibhyam munibihi munaye munibhyam munibhya. Like that it goes. Munehe shashti. Yeah. I didn't go up to there carefully. Guru Kautsam Kam Guru Dakshinam Prishtavan. Okay, I will pick one of you because I am not able to hear. Satya Devi, can you answer for us?
गुरुः 14 कोटि परिमितं सुवर्णं दियाम् इति गुरुदक्षिणा पृष्टवान्.
Wow, madam. I will give you 1.5, even if there is only 1 marks. Thank you very much.
धन्यवाद.
You guys are doing very well. So Raghu Maharaja Vishwachit Yagam Kritavan, Tapasvi Kumaraha Kautsaha Guru Varatantu Munehe Shishyah, Kautsaha Varatantu Muni Varyasya Shishyah. So my Shishyah here is incorrect. Many spelling errors. I will get only 0.75. Okay, Guruhu Varatantu Munihi Vautsam Chaturdasha Koti Parimitam Suvarnam Guru Dakshinayam Dadatu iti Prishtavan. A slightly different language. Madam said more accurately. So fine. Okay. Anvaya
Yes. Sir, yes. Why do we use parimitam?
Up to. Parimiti. Actually, see, if you know parimiti, see how this English word has come from Sanskrita word. Miti means limit. You all of us know miti means limit, right? And we also know paridhi. Paridhi means boundary, right? We know that also. So parimiti is a limit up to certain bounds. Okay? Natural construction, right? Limited by the boundary, parimiti. I mean some kind of limit. Aparimitam means unlimited, like that. Okay. Now you see perimeter is also very close to parimiti. So perimeter is actually circumference of a circle, right? It's called perimeter. Perimeter is the portion around the circle. So same thing in Sanskrita parimiti vartulakarasya parimitihi eva parimitihi ityeva nama tasya. In English we call it perimeter. Okay. So if you want to know how language worked, you know that.
Dhanyavada.
Okay. Anvaya kramaha. Next 8th lesson we have come to. So let me read this verse and see how we proceed. So like as you know, for this Anvaya Krama, we are continuing the study of Valmiki's Ramayana Katha. And in that we are particularly using the shlokas from his Sankshepa Ramayana portion. So as you know, no, Valmiki constructed a index chapter. That also is a kavya. Look at the beauty. So even the index chapter was actually kavya. No tak taka dot 1 tak taka dot 5 like that. No. That is also kavya. Okay. So beautiful. So this shloka we will read. Paurairanagato duram pitra dasharathena cha Shringave pure sutam ganga kule vyasarjayat grihamasadya dharmatma nishadadipatim priyam. So here again they have taken a third line, so probably it is borrowed up, like we have seen like that, because contextually it can be read with this verse. So pauraihi anugataha, paurairanugataha, so repa. Visarga repa sandhi has happened. Pauraihi should be read. Okay. So that is Ramaihi type of word. So Tritiya Bahuvachana. Paura means citizen, some Puravasi. Anybody who lives in the Pura is Paura. So Pauraihi, by the citizens. Anugataha, followed. Who was followed? Obviously Rama. Rama was the one who was followed by the citizens, right? So Anugataha here refers to Rama. So the one who was followed, Duram, far, Pitra Dasharatena cha. Ayyo, even his lamenting father Dasharatha also followed him. Duram here means for some distance. Okay, for some distance they were followed. So even by his father also by father Dasharatha. Shringavera Pure. Okay, Shringavera Pura, I don't know where that modern place is this, but some Pura of that ancient era. So from that, Shringa means actually the horn of a deer is called Shringa. So something related to that Shringavera Pura. Okay, hopefully it was Shringeri. of modern era, but that's what they would claim. The Sringeri of modern era will claim Sringeri. But Sringeri is all the way here in south, and Ayodhya is all the way in the north. So I am assuming there was some other area called Sringaverapura, somewhere closer to where Dandakaranya and all those areas are. So Sutam Gangakule Vyasarjayat. Okay, so now the word is, what is this Sutam is the question. Okay, let me go dig up the correct meaning. Sutam. Sutam, the fellow who drives the chariot is the Sutam.
Charioteer.
Okay, charioteer. Yeah. In this case, it happened to be also the minister of the country. Okay, because Sumantra would have been assigned by Dasharatha to take Rama up to some point wherever, and so that his Vanavasa doesn't have to start walking from Ayodhya. It will become Kolahala if he starts walking from the Ayodhya itself. So he was probably left a little far, and then so that already some density of population will be low, and then he can proceed. So Sutam is actually the Sarathi here. So Sutam Ganga Kule Vesarjayat. So Ganga Kula must be the shore of the banks of the Ganga. Okay. I am wondering whether it's Akula or Kula. We will have to look up the full word. What is, see, Kulam? I have it here. I have done some homework earlier only. See, Kula or Kulam. And Kulam is Napumsakalinga Shabda, and Kula is the Pratipadika, and Kule is the Saptami Ekavachana. Okay, in the bank. So of bank of what? Ganga Kule, Ganga Nadyaha Kule. Okay, nice. Vyasarjayat. Vyasarjayat means he asked him to go back. Basically, he left him. Okay, so in near this area called Sringaverapura, okay, he left the Ratha and his Sarathi basically, who continued to be with him. So initially he was followed by the citizens, little bit also by his father, and then he proceeded to the Ganga shore and he left his Sarathi there. And then Guham Asadya. Guha here is the name of that Nishada. Okay, the Nishada, whose verse also we read, no? What is that? Tava pada pankaja.
पादकरण चूर्णम् अस्ति
Manushikaranam. That Guha, that same Nishada Guha, Asadya, reaching Guha. Okay, Dharmatma Nishadhadipatim Priyam. So these are all attributes to the Guha. Okay, Guham is in karma position. Guham Asadya. Ramaha, read all this as Ramaha. Ramaha Guham Asadya, reaching Guha. Okay, obtaining Guha in that sense. Okay, Dharmatma, what type of Guha? Dharmatma Rama, because Dharmatma is here for Rama. Okay, Nishadipatim Priyam Guham. Okay, who was the lord of the tribes? Nishadas are some kind of tribes of that area, forest dwelling tribes. Okay, Adipati is the leader of them. Priyam, one who is also close to Rama. He had already befriended Guha. Must have been from his earlier exploits and movements as in his youth. Okay, so reached Guha. So basically the story turns up to the shore of the Ganga. Nicely it has processed from the Vanavasa beginning. Okay, so I think fairly, just let us read it. The meaning is clear to us. Paurairanugato dhuram pitra dasharathena cha Sringavera sutam Ganga kule vyasarjayat Guhamasadya dharmatma nishadadipatim priyam. Not bad raga. This particular shloka, I am able to put some raga to it. So, okay, so this is how it goes. Nice it is. It's understood. So, you guys can read it all in detail. I have some help here. Pauraha is citizens. Pauraihi, by the citizens, like that. Okay. Pitru, pita iti. Pitru iti pratipadikam. Pita iti prathama ekavachana. Pitra iti tritiya ekavachana. By the father. दशरथः दशरथेन, by दशरथ, तृतीया एकवचन. पित्रा दशरथेन, see विशेषण विशेष्य. Okay, both are in tritiya ekavachana. So purah pure, in the town. Sutah sutam, dvitiya ekavachana, karma pada position. Sutah is the driver of the ratha. Kulam we already saw. Visarjayati gives up. Vyasarjayat lang bhute, lang lakara bhute, visarjayati ityasya vyasarjayat iti bhavati. V plus asarjayat. This is another thing I want to talk about. See, asarjay, the dhatu is srij dhatu. Srij is the dhatu. And it takes the form sarjayati in the lat. V is extra there. Sarjayati in the lat lakara. That means gives up. So somebody gives up. Ramaha sarjayati. But visarjayati, V has been added to further enhance the giving up. Okay. So something like that. Then V plus asarjayat in the lang form, asarjayat, when V and a clash, ikara and akara clashes. Okay, yand sandhi happens. See, though upasarga and the dhatu form, kriyapada form are together, they cannot be broken apart. When they combine, they always have their own sandhis. So yand sandhi has happened. Vyasarjayat has emerged. So it's not Vyasarjayat anymore, it is Vyasarjayat. Okay, lang bhute. Asadhya is Lyabantavyaya. So having gotten Nishadhanam Adipatihi, Nishadipatihi. See, this is Shashti Tatpurusha. We saw that, no? Okay. Chitrakutamanoprapya Bharadvajasya Shasanat. The verse is continuing. So the second line of the verse which got observed, the first line got observed in the previous three, right? The second line has come here. So one more verse has been read to together make a meaning. So Chitrakutamanoprapya Bharadvajasya Shasanat. Ramyamavasatham krutva ramamana vanetrayah devagandharva sankashas tatrate nyavasan sukham. So this is describing, almost as I was reading, I was forming the meaning here. So in my mind, which I will slowly explain. So this now is the next phase after the obviously crossing the river and all has not been explained. Guha's full story is not there. So now he has crossed and gone to the Chitrakuta. That's where what happens and all that we read now. Let us read it now slowly. Chitrakutam. So the place called Chitrakuta as a karma pada. Chitrakutam anuprapya, properly obtaining. That means reaching. Okay, anuprapya, reaching properly. Bharadvajasya, that's a Bharadvajasya shasanat. By the order, Shasana is like an order of a king, right? Or some kind of ruler. So the local ashrama area of Chitrakuta was, the leader was Bharadvaja. So it is not like a Rajya, but at least it is like some kind of ashrama, a small mini town itself, right? So Bharadvaja was the guru of that ashrama, and due to his Shasana, by his order, okay, or permission, or by his Ashirvada. You can read it in many ways. Ramyam avasatham krutva. Ramyam avasatham krutva. So Ramyam means happy, pleasing, avasatham, living. Okay, krutva, having done. Ramamana vanetrayaha. They roamed around the forest, or pleasingly moved around the forest. The trayaha, the Rama, Sita and Lakshmana in the vana. So there's a lot of story there in very short sense. Deva Gandharva Sankashas Tatra. So Sankashat Tatra. So the Takara has allied into Sakara. So Deva Gandharva, oh sorry, it is actually Sakara due to Visarga. Deva Gandharva Sankashaha. Okay, so Devas, Gandharvas, I don't know who are Sankashas. Let's see if I have, here, look. Sankashaha is the one who shines one who shines. Okay, so Deva Gandharva Sankashah is Tatra Te Nyavasan Sukam. So maybe shining like Devas and Gandharvas, they lived there, something like that. So almost they had a life of the pleasant life of Devas and Gandharvas in Chitrakuta. That sense is coming out of this. Okay. So the Chitrakuta life is all compactly explained in this simple verse. Somebody had a question? Okay. So let us see the, let me read it once again, then we will see the words here, what I have annotated. You always have the reference of the book to see more detailed breakdown of the meaning, but we think we have got the sense. Let us read it. चित्रकूटम् अनुप्राप्य भरद्वाजस्य शासनात् रम्यमावसथं कृत्वा रममाणा वनेत्रयः देवगन्धर्वसङ्काशात् तत्र ते न्यवसन् सुखम्. Okay, so that's nice. Chitrakutam Dvitiya Ekavachana. We already saw that. Anuprapya, anu plus prapya. Visargayuktam lyabantanta vyayam. So prapya, because of visarga, prapya. It's not praptva. Praptva would have been anuprapya. So because of anu. Actually, the dhatu is just ap. There are two upasargas there. Dhatu is just ap, like apnoti, apnutaha, apnuvanti, something like that. It is one of the dhatus. So apnoti means to get for oneself. Okay. Aham Samskrita jnanam apnomi. I will internalize the jnana of Samskritam. That sense we use apna. Okay. That prapya is a lyabanta with because of pra upasarga. Pra apya. So aptva. If it was just ap dhatu, I would have written it as aptva. Having obtained, having gotten. But because of pra, it is prapya. I have to use lebanta. So having properly obtained. Anuprapya, having further upasarga meaning. Okay. Having also properly obtained. Some sense like that. Anu is following sense. Okay. So having also properly obtained. That sense is conveyed by anuprapya. Somebody has already prapya and I am anuprapya like that. So visargayuktam lebantantavyam dvau visargau stah tatra anu pra iti. Astu shasanaha shasanat panchami ekavachana due to the order, something like that. Okay. Avasatham avasatah is the word in pratama ekavachana. So avasatham is dvitiya ekavachana. Okay, it's in karmani. Ramamanaha, Ramamanaha, plural. Okay, Ramamanaha is the fellow who is moving around. Continuous. Oh, it is a Shanach Prayoga. Now I am reading it better. So Ramamanaha, while moving around, as moving around. So Ramamanaha Vane Vasa Avasatham, they lived like that. Nyavasan, sorry, Ramamanaha Nyavasan. Ramamanaha Nyavasan, they lived. Yeah. Trayaha, Tisraha, Trini. What is this? Trayaha is Pullinga form, Tisraha is Strilinga form, Trini is Napumsakalinga form. We saw that in the early lessons. Sankashaha, one who looks like, shines like. Prakashaha, Akashaha, etc. is also Sam plus Kashaha, Sankashaha. It looks so much different when with all that Nga letter, which we are not so used to, but it's simply from the same thing as Prakasha, Akasha, Sankasha. Ni avasan, nyavasan, living under, living in. Sukham, in the place of Sukhena. See, we have sometimes seen where we in Sarala Samskrita tend to use Karana Karaka, Sukhena, they tend to use karma position for the same meaning as Sukhena. So Sukham Nyavasan will be the, see, Sukham Nyavasan, but our tendency is to say Sukhena Nyavasan. Both are correct. We are in Sarala Samskrita, we are taught to use the Sukhena Nyavasan. With happiness they lived, but here in happiness they lived, or some sense like that, are like basically happiness is almost like a karma to the nivasana. Okay, interesting application. Okay. Any questions at this point? Group is hopefully not snoring. Still yes. Okay. So Anuvada Paddhatihi. without taking into consideration the meaning of the whole sentence, if we translate word for word, I think it'll be nice if the students help me out here. Rajesh Kupuswamy, Mahodaya. Rajesh Mahodaya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Can you read it slowly for us, sir?
Sure. Without taking into consideration the meaning of the whole sentence, if we translate word for word, it will result in an absurd statement. Moreover, each language has its own idiomatic usages.
See, idiom for those, I mean, we are not all familiar so much with English. Idiom is like a phrase, technique of using certain set of words to mean some particular thing. Individually, if you take those words, some other meaning will emerge. But if you take it as an idiom, so then it makes sense. So that's what idiomatic usage. Continue, sir. Kupuswamy, sir, you have, I think, muted.
Yes, sorry. Their literal translation will be incorrect and unjustified. After understanding the meaning of these phrases, we must find the corresponding right expression in the other language. Read the following phrases, for example. So, phrase incorrect translation and then correct translation.
Correct.
A black sheep. So, black sheep translated just like that is Krishnaha Ajaha. Krishnaha black,
so
Ajaha sheep.
You can see the fun in Sanskritam, right? See, a black sheep, immediately all of us know what it means. It means one particular person in the flock who is out of touch with the reality and misbehaves, right? So a black sheep is like a one bad apple. In fact, we use the idiom bad apple also for this, right? So he's like a bad apple. He's a black sheep in the family, like that. So, but in Sanskritam, if you read Krishna Aja, it is not generating the same sense. It simply says, okay, black goat, something like that. So you should use, sir, continue.
Vanchakaha.
So anybody who is a cheat is called a black sheep. So vanchakaha, something like that. It can be some other thing, but vanchakaha is one translation. Yeah.
So similarly, for an experienced person, an old hand is used. Prachinaha hastaha is the literal translation, where Anubhavi is the correct translation.
Very nice. Yes.
Then a snake in the grass. So this one, Trineshu Stitaha Sarpaha. In the grass, there is the snake. Gupta Shatruhu. So snake in the grass is essentially someone who is a traitor or
some
who is
enemy,
within you.
some
Within
hiding
you,
enemy.
yeah, within you there is the enemy. So
also very good.
So Trishneshu Stitah Sarpaha will not make sense.
Correct. Trineshu Stitah Sarpaha. So Gupta Shatruhu is very nice translation for that. Secret enemy. Enemy who is hiding. Enemy in hiding. In fact, the phrase of enemy in hiding is snake in the grass. It's not so, we are not so familiar with the snake in the grass term, but we can understand what it means. It means it's lurking, hiding carefully, biding its chance to bite you. That kind of Gupta Shatru. Continue, sir.
It's a mole.
Mole, yeah.
Yeah, mole. Very good. Yes.
Blue blood. Neela Raktam. Neela Raktam. Kulinaha.
See, they in English they say blue blood to mean royal blood, right? Because I think they used to have blue dresses. I don't know what. So the Kulinaha is the correct translation. One with culture, something like that. Continue, sir.
So go to the dogs. Shunakam prati gachatu. But so there is a more sophisticated way of cursing Nasham Prapnut rather than Shunakam prati gachatu.
Nasham Prapnut.
Having his hands full, so someone who already is busy with whatever.
Correct. Busy, yeah, very good.
Hastav Purna Bhavatam. Karyamagraha Bhavatu.
Karyamagnaha Nakara.
I'm sorry, Karyamagnaha Bhavatu. Sorry.
No, you don't be sorry because it's difficult to see the difference between Nakara and Rakara there.
No, I should have worn my glasses.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. In cold blood, Shita Rakte. So this one is with full intention, right? Uddesha Purvakam.
In cold-blooded murder, we say, no? I mean,
Right.
so we cannot use Shitarakta in Sanskritam at all because that is not an idiom known in Sanskritam. Sometimes it may happen, such phrases are there in both, but most cases it won't be. So, Uddesha Purvakam, intentionally, like that. Okay. I like the color of this cold blood. So maybe somebody who is more word savvy in Sanskritam can come with something better than simple Uddesha Purvakam. Uddesha Purvakam doesn't have any color to it like cold blood has, right? So unfortunately, when we come from English idiom to Sanskrit idiom, we may not fall naturally into a Sanskrit idiom. So some translation is done here. At least the meaning is more correct for the correct translation. But similarly, similar to how English has its phrases, Sanskritam has its symbolic phrases. Okay, so we should use those. Like for example, Manushikarana Churnam, some things like that. If you just say Manushikarana Churna in English, man making powder, makes no sense in English. But if you translate that as magical dust of humanization or something like that, it may make more sense there. Like, continue.
So you may also collect such phrases if possible, but be careful while translating them into Sanskrit.
Okay, good. So they have advised us. Okay, they give some examples and warned us. That's all. Okay, thank you very much for helping us to read through that section. We come to the sandhis. So, started raining in Bangalore. So the sandhi we are attacking today is the end sandhi. So we have seen Savarna Dirgha sandhi, we have seen Guna sandhi, we have seen Vriddhi sandhi. Now we are seeing end sandhi. Okay. So in end sandhi, actually let me move forward to our colorful chart. So Vriddhi sandhi was the diagonals, Guna sandhi was these yellow blocks. Okay. And then Vriddhi was these pale pink blocks. Now we have come to the blue blocks, this large segment excluding the Savarna Dirghas. Savarna Dirgha runs like an exception strike on top of the rest. So, okay, so these guys were Ikara, Ukara, Rikara and Likara. Likara you can ignore. Ikara, Ukara, Rikara, if it maps to any of the swaras, any of the swaras, except when it is Savarna, because Savarnas, see, E and E go to the green. So except for Savarnas, if it is any other Ach letter, we call it. I told you Ach letter is a Swara letter, Hal letter is a Vyanjana letter due to technicalities of how the letters are compiled by Panini. So we call this Ach letter. So if any of these Swara letters or Ach letters is the first letter of the second word, and if Ikara, Ukara, Rikara and Likara, which we can ignore, if they are the last letter of the first word, E or U or R. Similarly, A, E, U, everything should be understood there. Dirgha, Hrisva, all understood. Okay. Then we should generate an output letter, which is these guys. Okay. End sandhi is talking about that. Yakara, Vakara. For Ikara, Yakara generates. For Ukara, Vakara generates. For Rikara, Rakara, Repha generates. For L, if we were using that, Lakara would generate, but we won't use that in Laukika Samskrita. Okay, so this is how it goes. Very rarely Likara comes. There are a few words. Okay, so let's go back now. Now here, if you look at this picture, you see the same thing. And this time I have been a little more awake and careful. So I put the last letter of the first word, Ikara, and any Ach, any Swara. Ach is used as the technical term for Swara here because I have little space. I like Panini's now nice small titles. Ach, Yakara will generate. Halanti Yakara will generate. So Ukara with Ach will generate Vakara. Rikara with Ach will generate Rakara, Repha, and Likara. See, this is the correct symbol for L. It is not like La plus R. It is actually its own symbol. It is generated with capital L-I. Okay, capital L lowercase I generates that. Okay, anyway. Capital L-I minus or something like some sequence is there. Anyway, so this symbol with Ach will generate Lakara. This particular fish is of no interest to us. These three are interest to us with respect to this syllabus. Okay, ach is savarnan atirichya. So ach here is not every ach. Savarnan atirichya. Atirichya means leaving aside, eliminating. Savarnan eliminating savarnas, eliminating same letters. That is, e with e should be eliminated, u with u should be eliminated, r with r should be eliminated. If it is e with e, we generate e. U with u, we generate u. R with r, we generate r, dirgha r. So that belongs to savarna dirgha category, the diagonals. So that's what I have indicated here. So that is this picture. So let us read through the examples. I'm little bit going in the reverse direction of what they are trying to do. Maybe not particularly smart thing to do, but since we have already used a lot of sandhis, I'm getting you to understand the technicality aspects before we jump in. And it's a little bit different style of going about it, but that's okay. Samskrita karyam atyuttamam asti. The work of Sanskritam. Okay. Here you can take it as a language Samskrita or properly done work. See, finally, what is Samskrita as a word? Properly done. That's all it is. Okay. So it doesn't have always the meaning of language. Okay. So a properly done work, atyuttamam asti, superior it is, or a work related to the language of Sanskrit is superior. Atyuttamam. So ati uttamam, atyuttamam, ati plus uttamam, e plus u. Okay. So u is a ach letter. Okay. E is the ikara here. E plus ach. E plus u would generate y. Okay, atyuttamam. What another thing you should remember is, earlier when we saw in Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, etc., Savarna Dirgha letter, what we used to replace both the left and the right letters, right? It used to replace the last letter of the previous word, replace the first letter of the second word. Do you remember that? So for example, if you go back to the table, a would replace both as. A would replace a and e. Like this. Guna also was like that, right? Vriddhi also was like that. A and A used to be replaced by I. Both of them would go away. I would come in its place. A would no more hold any weight. But this sandhi is not like that. Oh, I'm getting an echo of myself. 1 minute. Let me mute everyone. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So this sandhi is not like that. This sandhi does not, it only replaces the attack letter, the leading letter, ikara. So ikarasya sthane yakaraha, ukarasya sthane vakaraha, rikarasya sthane repaha. Okay, rakaraha athva repaha. Likarasya sthane lakaraha. Okay, atra kim bhavati? केवलं पूर्वपदस्य अन्तिमाक्षरस्य स्थाने सन्देः आदेशः. ओके, परं यद् अक्षरमस्ति इकारः वा उकारः वा तत् शिष्यते एव, तद् न गच्छति. पश्यतु, इदानीम् अहं पुनः पूर्वं गमिष्यामि. पूर्वत्र गमिष्यामि. अति उत्तमम्, अत्युत्तमं, but ukara still remains in the compound. Uttamam still is read. If you remember, if you take out atya, uttamam is still there. Okay, what has happened? Ikara has gone into yakara. So please remember, with end sandhi, your sandhi adesha is only in the place of the last letter of the first word. Okay, very important to remember this difference between end sandhi and the previous sandhis we read. In the previous 3 sandhis we read, simple replacement of both the left and the right letters. In here, only the left letter is replaced. The right letter continues to hold its power. So that is why if you go to this picture, sometimes you wonder, how can E with anything be yakara? How will I know to construct back the original? No worries. Yakara is only replacing ikara. It is not replacing likara, ekara, okara. They continue to remain, right? That is why this sandhi works properly in our mouth. If that also had gone away, it will come with some apabhramsha pronunciations. How can you have a vyanjana, halanta vyanjana, replacing 2 swaras? That will become a disaster for pronunciation, right? No. There is no intention to replace 2 swaras with 1 vyanjana. No. The idea is the swara, the attacking swara, the leading swara gets elided into a Vyanjana. Okay, and this Vyanjana, in fact, we call it the reverse of Ikara. Yakara is called the reverse of Ikara. Vakara is called the reverse of Ukara. Rakara is called the reverse of Rikara. Okay, in your mouth, the sequence with which you produce E, if you reverse, Y generates. The sequence with which you generate U reverses, you generate V. Okay, R reversal is Ra. Okay, it's very difficult science, but if you study your mouth and hear yourself, you will accept this. There is a little bit of sound reversal between these two. In fact, that is why the yava rala, okay, yaraha they call it. They are called yanaha. Yeah, yanaha they call it. That's why it's yen sandhi. Yeah, how can I say yaraha? Yen sandhi. So these are called yen aksharas. Yava rala or yen aksharas in the Panini Sutras, in the sutra called Maheshwara Sutra. Okay, so they are actually, there is a name for them. Some kind of swara sound only comes for them. Okay, they're that type of Vyanjana. That's why they're not in the normal Vargiya Vyanjana. They go outside of the Vargiya Vyanjana and belong to that last set called Yava, Rala, Shasa, Hala, Gnya. That one. Gnya is a compound letter, it's not an individual letter. Yava, Rala, Shasa, Hala. That's where it ends. In fact, La is only in Veda, but anyway. So that's how these letters are replacing. So one consonant is replacing the leading vowel. The trailing vowel continues its presence. Okay. Remember this aspect. Sometimes in the early days when I was learning Sandhi, I was not paying attention. Used to get thoroughly confused with this. Atyuttamam ati uttamam. Saha pratyekam karyam shraddhaya karoti. Saha, that fellow, every single work he does with devotion. Nice, good fellow. Saha prati ekam. Prati plus ekam. E plus a. Pratyekam. Ikara got replaced with yakara, but ekara remains. So yakara gets ekara as its swara, and the halant takara joins the yakara. Why it became halant? Because ikara went away. Prati, ikara went away. So takara, poor fellow, was forced to join forces with yakara now. Instead of ikara having his own rulership. In Prati, he had his own rulership. He had his own ikara as his consort. But now he is become a servant to yakara. Yakara gains the ekara as the consort and moves on. Look at these aksharas. I look at them as male and females in some sense. So the Vyanjanas are like colorless males and the swaras are like the colorful females. Together they form the Samyukta Akshara. Okay. Pratyekam karyam shraddhaya karoti. Every single work he does with Shraddha. Okay. Sri Krishna Madhvarihi iti uchyate. So Sri Krishna is called as Madhu Arihi, Madhvarihi. Okay, because I'm thinking why he was called Madhvari, because he was stealing honey or
no sir, Madhu was a Rakshasa sir.
Rakshasa.
Because we are enemy of Madhu.
Madhu and Kaitava.
Can you tell madam a little bit about it?
I think this, yeah, Madhu Kaitava, they stole Vedas.
Hold on, guys. Let the madam tell. I think more than one of you know, but I will invite the madam to tell. Yes.
They stole the Vedas. So Lord came in the form of Hayagriva and killed them. Demons.
So this is Hayagriva Avatara story assigned to Sri Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Thanks for the tidbit. I mean, I want to learn these things slowly as I move around. I was not directly aware. I simply thought, just like he used to steal butter, he used to steal also honey from pots. So he was called Madhvari, but that is not a good. Why would he become an enemy of Madhu just because he anyway? So Sri Krishna Madhvarihi iti uchyate. So we know now the
two asuras, Madhu Kaitava, both brothers.
Madhu and Kaitaba, right.
So he killed both. In fact,
this is in Krishnavatara.
They went into the sea where they cannot be killed. So then he makes the avatar of Agastya drank entire sea water. And
Which
then this,
hold on. What form did he take?
Agastya, the short Rishi, Agastya Rishi, he drank the entire sea water. And
Okay.
Madhu were exposed, and then Krishna killed.
So this is from actual Krishna story itself. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. From Bhagavata. Okay.
Otherwise, he would not have been killed. If he goes into the sea, nobody can kill him. That is the Vara he got.
Okay. So now I have two stories. Beautiful. Our history is so rich, we cannot just have one story. So one is Sri Krishna in his earlier avatar. He did that thing, whatever Madam told, sea and all that. And this one, Madhu and some other Rakshasa she quoted.
Kaitaba.
No, you quoted Kaitaba. She quoted somebody else, I thought.
No, I also told Kaitaba.
Kaitaba. Okay, slight variation of the two stories. Great. So Krishna himself killed them, and so he's known as Madhvari. Though he can also be called Kaitabarihi. Okay. Sri Krishna Madhu Arihi Madhvarihi iti uchyate. Astu. इदानीं परीक्षायाम् एतद् आगच्छेत् यतः वयं सर्वं जानीमः मध्वरी विषये. पाठः मास्त्वदुना मास्त्वदुना इति अध्यापकः उक्तवान्. नाट् वेरी ईजी सन्धि दिस् वन्, रिकग्नैसिङ्ग् इट्. पाठः मास्तु अधुना इति अध्यापकः उक्तवान्. कोविड आगच्छति. पाठः मास्तु, लेसन not needed. Mastu, maastu may not be there. Basically he is cancelling the class. Pataha mastu adhuna, now. So adhuna pataha mastu, and somebody decided to harass us and combine mastu with adhuna. So mastvaduna it became some new form. So pataha mastvaduna iti adhyapakah uktavan. Lesson not required now. So the teacher told. Like that it is meaning. Okay. Mastu aduna mastvaduna. U plus a and so vakara comes in place of u. So mastvaduna, vu with combines with akara to become vakara. So full vakara. So mastvaduna like that. Putraha pitramsham apekshate. Pituhu amsham va pitru amsham va. Let us see this. Pitru. Here I also need help. Pitru plus amsham, amshaha. But here it is amsham in the karma form, but they have just shown the pratama form. Pitru plus amshaha, pitramshaha. Okay. Rikara, okay, has become rakara. You see, if you remember, pit in this letter, pitramshaha, here also we see. The top strike is for the takara. Sometimes we write it full ta body we write. The repa is shown as the cross there. So the what was rikara in pitru here, this bottom rikara became a repa in the takara, tramshaha like that. So tru became tra, tramsham like that. Okay. It combined with the akara. So tra got its a, and then of course the anuswara and all continued amsham like that. Pitramsham. So one of the, again, so mastvaduna pitramsham takes a little more attention. So adya matrarchana karyakramaha prachalati. So again matru has come, very easy because we already learned with pitru matru. So matru archana, very similar to pitramsham matrarchana, except anuswara is hanging around. There is no anuswara here, that's all. Matrarchana karyam. So r plus a tra like that. Okay. Tru plus a tra. So that's what they have explained here. We'll move forward. Any questions? Okay. So the E, so they have explained it now. What we already kind of did earlier, they have explained it. Let us read what Samskrita Bharati has to teach us. The if, E, U, R and L. Oh, they did include L. Somebody decided to throw it in. Are followed by any vowel except themselves. They are replaced by ya, va, ra, la respectively. Of course, not the full ya, va, ra, la. They should not write it like this. They should write halant yakara, halant vakara, halant rakara, halant lakara, because that is what replaces the those letters, right? See here, they're very careful. They're not talking about the replacing this letter afterwards. They're talking about replacing only the ikara, ukara, rikara, lukara. Okay. So here the they should not be extended to any vowel except themselves followed. All that part remains. It should be extended to only that. Though the English is not obvious for that, but I was telling you much about that. So this is called Yan Sandhi. Y, V, R, L. This is the correct thing. Are called Yan Varnaha. That is because of Maheshwara Sutra. Yan Varnaha. Therefore, this combination is called Yan Sandhi. You may wonder where Nakara came from. Because Nakara is there in the Maheshwara Sutra, it comes. It is a It Sanya, we call it. It's a Sanyartaka Akshara. It's a symbolic letter. Observe the following examples given below. Yadi plus api, yadyapi. E plus a, y plus a, ya, yadyapi. E is replaced by ya. See here they have clearly explained. Only E is replaced. The a is not replaced. E plus iti plus api, E plus a, ityapi. Same technique. Patanti plus atra, again ikara and akara. So patantyatra. Okay. Mostly because already nakara, takara and all is there, the resultant is more compound. But what is really happening? Ikara plus akara, it becomes yakara plus akara, yakara in total. So yakara gets the n and ta as babies. Guru plus ashtakam, guru ashtakam, u plus a, v plus a, vakara. So guru ashtaka. So rakara remains. Now, because the repa got isolated as a halant akshara, it has to join the next compound. The next compound has the va as the mother letter. It has come from the replacement of the ukara. And that vakara gains the rakara as the leading accent. Rva, rva, like that. Akara remains, so that's why it is vakara. Rva, gurvashtakam. Okay, I hope you are seeing all the prakriya happening here. Okay. Because sometimes we get confused how to write the output, though we may know the law. So that's what. Patatu plus amshan, patatvamshan, u plus a. So again, vam will come. And takara will join the vam. So tvam, patatvamsha, patatvamshan, patatu amshan. So read the bullets, read the points, something like that. Some lot lakara followed by amshan. Kavishu ekaha, amongst the kavis, one. So ukara and ekara. So we can form the end sandhi. Kavishvekaha. So u goes to vakara and sha joins that vakara. Ekara becomes the swara for the vakara. So shve. So kavishvekaha. Pitru plus avasaha, pitravasaha. Similar to what we saw earlier. Lr plus akritihi, lakritihi. So l single letter, akritihi, the shape of l, lakritihi. Something like that. Something I couldn't hear. You were trying to say something, ma'am?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, you said in Yan Sandhi, always the change happens with the last letter of the first word.
Correct.
But I feel there is some exception when it is followed by a. If it is followed by e or other vowels, it happens. But when it is followed by disappears.
Madam, where is it disappearing? Let's come to the first example. Okay.
Yeah.
In yadi plus api, yadyapi, where has a gone away?
I'll just yadi api, e plus a. So e is replaced by ya.
Madam, here don't read the Sanskrit Bharati's incorrect text saying ya va ra la. Read it as ya halant, va halant, ra halant, la halant. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So you are imagining because of their false direction. In fact, they should edit their text. You're imagining there is an akara there. There is no akara in the replacement. The replacement is only a pure halant.
Okay.
The replacement, even in their earlier thing, see here, u plus u, u plus a, v plus a, va. Where the a disappeared? A didn't disappear.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, you unfortunately got misguided by this. I understand your predicament. You thought the replacement is this, so you thought akara disappeared and akara came from yakara. No, yakara never had the akara. It was yukara. not yakara, yukara. See, when we say yakara in Sanskritam, we mean y akshara. We never mean y plus a. Kara is only for one akshara, y. Okay? Yakara, ya is two aksharas, y plus a. Okay? It's a compound, samyukta.
Okay, thank you.
Ooh, big sound in Bangalore. Okay. Rains are coming ahead. Very good. Actually, I like that you come out with doubts like this, because that is when things get clarified. Okay. So I hope this is now very clear to all of you. Thanks for the clarification that emerged out of your question, madam.
Okay.
So let us do this abhyasa. Time for all of us to clear our throats. Join the following sandhis. Prati avadat.
Pratyavadat.
Pratyavadat. Very easy. So this is yakara will generate pratyavadat. Nadi plus atra. Here what you have to be sure is never pronounce there naditra or something like that. Nadyatra. It becomes hrisva dakara. Whole of e gets replaced by yakara. Okay. So nadyatra. Okay. So what was a dirgha becomes a hrisva. Funny, but that's what happens. Okay. Number 3, nanu plus atra.
Nanvatra.
Vakara. Very good. Ukara becomes vakara. So nanvatra. Sadhu plus idam. Sadhvidam. So dhakara becomes halant. U goes away. Vakara. Vakara joins ikara to become V. So sadhvidam. Sadhvidam. Correct, sir. Sadhvidam. Actually, you remember Vagvidam Varam, that similar construction is there. Anyway. Pitru plus Amshaha. Pitramshaha. Very easy. Pit. So I wrote it down a little bit more broken down so it's very clear. Pit plus R plus Pitramshaha. Like that it is constructed. Okay. So that Rakara is hidden with the Takara. So into highlight I showed the breakup. Okay. All right. Bratru plus Ahwanam. Somebody made it very, very complex. No Bratra Hwanam and all that. Bratra Hwanam. Tra. It will become. Okay. Brat Bratra. Bratra Hwanam. Okay.
Okay.
Well done. Number 7. Janani plus Avadat. Yakar adesha. Okay. Jananyavadat. Iti plus acharati. Again yakara. Very good. Again yakara adesha. Whenever you see E plus some ach, it is ya. But if you see E plus E, don't fall into the pit and make it yakara. Iti plus icha. Iti cha it will become. Okay. Iti plus icha will become iti cha. It won't become ityacha.
The dirgha savarna.
Yeah, savarna dirgha sandhi. Correct. Khalu plus etat. Vakara. Khalu means isn't, khalu etat isn't this. Some sense like isn't this. So khalu etat isn't this. Like that. Okay. Api plus avadat. Yakara. So very easy. Ikara generates yakara, ukara generates vakara, rikara generates rakara, repa. And if they had an example with l, it will generate a lakara. Very simple. Okay. And the second letter we learned remains, whether it is akara, ikara, ukara, it remains. Only exception to end sandhi is savarna dirgha sandhi. If it is savarna, don't do end, do savarna. Savarna is the priority. Madam, you asked something? No. Okay. Okay. So now split the following, the reverse. Ityasti.
Iti plus asti.
You are very fast. Iti plus asti. Dukkeshvanudvegaha. What is the meaning of this? Amidst sorrow, amidst sorrow, tension, something like that. Udvegaha is tension or something like that. Anudvegaha means without tension, without bother, like that. That means this is actually coming from Gita. Dukkeshu nudvegaha sukeshu something. So samyama, it is about samyama. How we should maintain sthita pragnata. Yeah, I think sthita pragnata.
Balanced state of mind.
Balanced state of mind.
Not udvegaha and anudvegaha.
Anybody remembers the Gita verse?
Dukkeshu anudvignamanaha sukeshu
Vigatadvaraha.
Second
chapter.
Correct. Sak, enough. That is enough. One full segment you remembered. Dukkeshu anud dvijaha, something like that. Sukeshu so very good. So it is from there. So in amidst sorrow, one who doesn't get disturbed by the sorrow. That means even if some sorrow comes, he takes it in the stride. He doesn't get off the stride. He doesn't pralapam kartva ayo evam abhavat iti rodanam na karoti. Are agatam astu bhavet iti sukena agre charati. Dukkam api sukkam tasya.
Dukkeshu anudvegakaram. Shloka nidana.
Number 3, Gurvatra.
Guru Bhagavad Gita.
Guruhu atra, but it's not Guruhu because no visarga. Guru atra. Okay, it is only the pratipadika Guru. Okay? Guru atra. Ityasmi. Iti asmi. Yakara from Ikara. Iti asmi. Nadishvatra.
Nadishu atra.
Correct. Ukara goes to Vakara. Nadishu plus atra.
Nadishvatra.
Patantyapi. Okay. Very good. See, there are two possible outputs for this. One output is patanti hrisva plus api. Okay. Another possibility is patanti api. Okay, I wish I can type it. Dirgha patanti api. Why patanti api is also a possibility? Because patanti is also a legal construction. Patanti is the Shatru Pratyaya Strilinga. Okay. Sita patanti asti. Sita is reading. Okay. So current continuous mode we say patanti, patanti, that form. Okay. So you can actually break it up in two ways. Patanti api, which is they all read also, or patanti api, reading also some lady. Okay. But you stick to the base. Patanti api is enough. Don't need to go too far, but you can give both answers. They will be very, very happy. Okay. That also generates the same sandhi and the same output. Manvantaram. Very easy, very easy. Vakara is ukara, so Manu Antaram. Pitricha, easy. Pitru plus icha. Rikara becoming rakara. So Putreshvaham. Ukara becoming vakara. So vakara reverses back to ukara. Prati Uvacha. Madam jumped the gun. Thanks. She lost the patience because so many of you are shouting. She is not getting her voice heard. I know. Thank you guys. So you guys have done well. So all of you are now at 4:30. So let us do the Sangrahya Vishya and call it a day. It's tiring. For 1 minute is there, so I will get started. Like the cricket match, no? If 1 minute is there, we start the over like that. Sangrahya Vishayaha, collectible items. Famous sixes. Oh, we have moved up from 5 to 6. Cricket over only. Okay, Shat Karmani, the 6 karmas. Okay. Basically, the karmas here being actionable items by us. Okay. Oh, so beautiful. Adhyayanam, adhyapanam, yajanam, yajanam, danam, pratigraha. Wow, 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 wow. So, adhyayanam is studying, okay, and adhyapanam is teaching. Obviously, in the original Shat Karma, these are Vedic karmas, studying Vedas and teaching Vedas, okay. We can, of course, today take it for Vedas extended to all knowledge. Of course, Vidya can take it as all knowledge, but in the original sense, it was studying the Vedas and teaching the Vedas is two basic karmas, okay. So yajanam, yajanam. See again, for oneself and getting it done, performing and aiding yagnas. Huh? Beautiful. Yajanam, yajanam. Dvitvas, all are twins. Adhyayanam, adhyapanam. Yajanam, yajanam. And then danam, pratigraha. Okay. So giving and taking alms. Okay. See here. Can you believe this? Taking alms is also a karma. See, these are all obviously shat karmas of sannyasins, more or less, or those who are leading an ascetic life, who don't believe in keeping things for themselves. So that is why they never store much rice and things like that, even in their ashramas. They just keep enough for the for maybe a very low level of stock, because they are told not to stock up like that. Okay, and the society's responsibility is to continuously prop them up and maintain their life like that. So that's why they would go for daily for alms. The shishyas at a set time, they did not have to even open their mouths. The villagers of near the ashram, they'll be waiting for these shishyas to come. They would have kept aside choice food for them. And can only be given some food, not any food that you eat cannot be given to them. In fact, they wouldn't eat. They wouldn't eat until they had done the offering to these shishyas. After the shishyas go, then the householders sit and eat. So there was a set timing pattern for all this. It was very nice. One wishes that selfless world returns to education and treatment and things like that. Now everything is led by dhanam. Dhanam, yajanam, and all have gone to gods. Only dhanam remains with us. Okay. Then Shat Karmani. Ekvaram Punah Patam.
Pratigraha is not applicable to sannyasi only. It is applicable for all, Grihastha ashram also, because that is one of the things which we should not refuse.
Correct. Correct.
For that, we have to use the money in a proper way, and we have to do prayashchittam in other ways also. But
Perfect.
It is applicable for Grihastha also.
So that's what actually it's like dhanam pratigraha gives like money or whatever dhanya is for giving and taking, is not for keeping. Beautiful. Shat karmani. Okay, once I have to read that. Adhyayanam, adhyapanam, yajanam, yajanam, danam, pratigraha. Okay, pratigraha puts you off, but remember that is like receiving the reverse of dana. Shat karmani. Okay, shat yogaha. 8 yogas are something, another type of karmas, yoga karmas. So here these are all related to actual Ashtanga yoga. Okay, so actual Anga yoga, actual body yogas. Dhauti, Basti, Neti, Nailiki, very, very rarely heard Nailiki. Trataka, we know that. Kapala Bhati. Okay, so this I have obviously done some research earlier and kept some translations. Dhauti is cleansing of the stomach.
Yeah.
Basti is cleansing of the large intestine. Neti is cleansing of the nose. Nailiki is cleansing of the navel. Wow, such deep cleansing of the navel. People hardly take care of that. So Trataka is cleansing of the eyes. And Kapalabhati is cleansing of the skull or the brain. Wow, how deep these cleanses are, right? So there is a process in yoga for all of them. Dhauti, Basti, Neti, Nailiki, Trataka, Kapalabhati. Some of them involve using certain, like Neti involves using water and thread and things like that. So the different Trataka involves using light and darkness. Yeah, a lot of things. Kapalabhati uses sound to clean the skull and the brain. It is using resonance. If you guys have done Kapalabhati, you will appreciate it, how brilliant the technique is. There is a yogic technique by which, using the resonance of your skull volume, your skull is like a sound chamber. Skull is like a sound chamber because a little bit of liquid float is there. So it resonates at a particular frequency. So when you do Kapalabhati, you are told, Brahmari and Kapalabhati, all those things, you are told to do certain resonating sounds, which will literally resonate the brain, and the brain cells will actually get exercised. So you can say as a cleanse of the brain. Brilliant. Shat Darshanani. Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshikam, Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa. So this is Shat Darshanas, Vedantas, we call them together. So, okay, Sankhya philosophy, Sankhya Darshanam or Sankhyam in short. Yoga Darshanam, Patanjali's Yoga Darshanam. This Sankhya is from Kapila Muni. Kapila Muni Sankhya Shastra or Sankhya Darshana. Then Yoga Darshana of Patanjali, Nyaya Darshana, Kanada is Vaisheshika, Nyaya is, I'm just slipping my mind. Okay, it doesn't matter, don't worry about Gautama's Nyaya Shastra. Okay, Gautama Muni. Then Vaisheshika of Kanada Muni, Kanada it is called, Kanada Muni. Purva Mimamsa of Kapila. Kapilasya Purva. Kapila Sankhya, sorry, Purva Mimamsa.
Kumarila Bhatta.
No, not Kumarila Bhatta. Kumarila Bhatta and Prabhakara. Jaimini. Thanks. Jaimini Purva Mimamsa. Jaimini is Purva Mimamsa. Then Uttara Mimamsa of Badarayana or Vyasa. So that is also called Vedanta. That Uttara Mimamsa is also called Vedanta. Okay. So Sankhya, Yoga, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa. They are paired. Okay. Sankhya and Yoga are paired in a sense. Nyaya and Vaisheshika are paired in a sense. Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa are paired in a sense, because they actually attack similar subjects one after the other, like that. Okay, with slight difference in approach. Okay. Shad Durgani. 6 forts. Okay, this is beautiful. This is from Kautilya's Arthashastra also quotes this. How a Rajya should protect itself. Okay, sorry if I'm shouting because it's raining so much, I'm not able to gauge my own voice. So Kautilya, he describes, he didn't invent this. This was there well before him. By other people had been written. He put it down nicely. So 6 protections for the country. What are the barriers? Okay. Dhanva Durgam, Mahi Durgam, Giri Durgam, Manushya Durgam, Mrud Durgam, Vana Durgam. Okay. At least a few of these should protect every fort. That's how they looked at it. Okay. So barriers are forts. Desert as a fort, earth as a fort. Okay. Difficulty of terrain basically. Mountains as a fort. People, soldiers as a fort. Mud or swamp as a fort. And forest as a fort. So if you have these elements around your nation, you can more easily protect your nation, because it's not easy to very quickly cross these barriers. In addition to your stone fort, normal Durgam, you should have all these other Durgams is what he describes. So nice actually. Dhanva Durgam, Mahi Durgam, Giri Durgam, Manushya Durgam, Mrud Durgam, Vana Durgam. All the others are easy. Dhanva Durgam is not so easily understood. It's actually desert. Okay. How it is desert, I also have to look back. Okay. Anyway. Shad Rasaha. 6 tastes. Very easy. Katuhu, Amlaha, Maduraha, Lavanaha, Tiktaha, Kashayaha. Somewhere else also we had read this, but so Katuhu is hot. Amlaha is sour, Maduraha is sweet, Lavanaha is salty, Tiktaha is bitter, Kashayaha is astringent, raw taste. Okay, so these are the things. Unripe taste, like Katuhu, Amlaha, Maduraha, Lavanaha, Tiktaha, Kashayaha. Hopefully we get questions which are so easy to attack like these. Tastes easy to remember. Durgas are also fairly easy to remember. So This is also very easy. Shad. I like this whole sixes. All of the sixes are kind of nice because they are all very meaningful. Okay. Then Shad Ripavaha. So 6 enemies. Ripuhu is enemy. What a beautiful concept. You see next. 6 enemies. Kamaha, lust. Krodhaha, anger. Lobaha, covetousness. Means wanting things for oneself. Lobaha. Mohaha is like, a lost state of the mind due to desire. Okay. Excessive desire. Moha. Madaha, drunken false confidence. Okay. Matsaryam, envy. Definitely all are enemies, because instead of destroying the real enemy, they destroy us. So they are internal enemies. Kamaha, Krodhaha, Lobaha, Mohaha. Kama, Krodha, Lobha is very popular triad. Everybody talks about Kama, Krodha, Lobha. But see, and also there is a nice Bhagavad Gita verse connecting lot of them. Okay. Kama, Sanjayate, Krodhaha, Krodhat, something like that. I unfortunately don't have it in my mind, but it's a beautiful Bhagavad Gita quote.
Bhavati Krodhaha, Krodhat Bhavati Sammohaha, Sammohat Smriti Vibramah, Smriti Vibramsat Buddhinaso.
Buddhinashat Pranashyati. Very good. See the lovely verse. So how Krishna, in telling Arjuna, he says how one simple thing like lust, one by one leads us to the disastrous pit of destruction. Okay. So,
normally, isn't it one more, including gluttony, the 7 enemies?
You can add. Do you know the Sanskritam word?
I unfortunately know, which is why I was struggling and hoping you could help.
For us, gluttony comes with moha only.
Oh, moha only, desire.
Because is excessive desire. Yeah. But you can separate it out, because gluttony relates to eating, whereas moha relates to different things. Yeah. For padartha. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah. One more ripu. Thanks. Gluttony. Sharirasya ripu. Astu. So with that we end today. So because we have overshot the time, I don't want to tire you guys. So we are kind of progressing well. We have pretty much come to the end of lesson 5 at this point. So let us conclude this next week and jump into lesson 6 and keep moving. Hopefully, if we move at this pace, we are well ready and you will have a few weeks left to revise yourself again. Okay. And if you want, you can listen to the videos, of course, but understand the videos should be more supplementary. Live class attendance is what teaches you. Videos very difficult to make time again to watch. Okay. Live class, try to attend. You guys are doing a good job of that. I appreciate. Namo Namaha. Dhanyavadaha. Prarthanaya samapanam karomi. So.
Namo Namaha.
Namo Namaha. Prarthanayam etadeva prarthayami. Yat mule sarva tirtani, yat madhye sarva devataha, yat agre sarva vedaha, tadvasi tvam namamyaham. Nice. Dhanyavadaha. Namo Namaha.
Dhanyavadaha.
Dhanyavadaha.